coming up on the East End.
It's just really a lot more special doing it from the seat of a bicycle.
Go off the beaten path and tour the North Fork on 2 wheels. Plus,
we are suiting up for something sweet. Fresh honey from the hive straight to your home.
We have tried all of the kites. Over these 44 years, we know what's good.
the local kite shop where you'll feel like a kid again.
From lavish Hamptons hotspots
To local North Fork hidden gems.
come with us as we explore the people and the places that make up Long Island's East End. Welcome to the East End. I'm Erin, Colton.
And I'm Joe Arena.
We've got lots to see this weekend.
And while you're exploring it all with us, don't forget to play along in our East End trivia game. Scan that QR code on the screen, watch the show, submit your answers, and you might just win some East End swag.
Our first adventure lets you explore the beauty of the North Fork on 2 wheels.
So grab your helmet, we're going on an East End bike tour.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome to East End Bike Tours. I'm Nicole. Nice to meet
I'm
you.
so excited.
Nice to meet you.
This is awesome.
Nicole Durentis and her husband Steve started East End Bike Tours 10 years ago. They offer a variety of experiences that showcase Long Island's East End all summer long.
We have the classic wine tour, a brewery and vineyard tour, fruit picking and wine tasting. We stop at a charming, unique beach along the way. We pick beautiful landscapes. We also offer self-guided tours, so if someone wants to ride independently, they can do their thing, and we've sort of created all these routes.
To get started, we had to pick out a bike. They have plenty to choose from, including e-bikes and even a bicycle built for two.
All right.
But maybe not us two.
Are you pedaling?
No, I was until you screamed my name out.
So after selecting a more appropriate ride, we had to sign the mandatory waiver.
I know I'm doing something fun when I sign a waiver.
Right?
And a quick safety briefing from our tour guide, Mike.
If you hit your left brake first while you're pedaling,
You crash.
you can fly over the bike. Right? So
Okay.
we have to think safety first.
It's a good tip, Mike.
We were off.
Our first stop along the North Fork tour was Rose Hill Vineyards, a boutique vineyard in Mattituck.
We do visit Rose Hill frequently. It's exquisite.
Talk to me about what your life was before all this started.
I was in pharmaceutical sales and nutritional sales.
For nearly 15 years, Nicole used to trek into a corporate job every day.
I think I wanted to change. I love bike riding.
After switching gears and following her passion, her office now has views like this.
It was very scary at the time, but we just sort of, made our way and figured it out.
There was more to see, and Mike kept us motivated with the promise of lunch.
Getting hungry, guys?
Yes, very hungry.
And our next part of the journey, a ride to New Suffolk Beach, just a few miles away. But as we passed through the farms and the fields, it felt like we entered a whole other world.
This is such a gorgeous leg of this ride. If the views weren't rewarding enough, a locally sourced picnic lunch was waiting when we arrived.
We get a catered buffet-style lunch from Lucia's restaurant in Mattituck. The other option is the Village Cheese Shop. We get assorted cheese platters with little sandwiches.
Followed by a beachfront oil and vinegar tasting.
This is actually a new flavor for us that we're trying.
You ever had a citrusy olive oil?
Right.
I mean, even if this table and this whole thing wasn't here, I wouldn't feel like I'm on Long Island right now, necessarily.
Right, like I'm on vacation.
We are gonna make this right.
And for Mike, being a bike guide during the summers is a lot like a vacation from his day job.
I'm actually a school teacher full-time. Years ago, my wife, she asked me to find a nice little summer job. I like this job. I get to do what I love to do, which is teach. And I just teach people about the North Fork.
And they can teach just about anyone, even if your bike skills are a bit rusty.
We're only as fast as our slowest rider. If you'd like to take a break for a couple of minutes along the way.
It's about leisure.
Oh, absolutely leisure. We like to share the best of the North Fork with people. It's just really a lot more special doing it from the seat of a bicycle. It doesn't really get better than that.
All right, our last stop on the East End bike tour, Dissette chocolate.
Sweet treat. Everything here is made by hand. And
With
it's
local
beautiful.
ingredients.
Yes, local ingredients.
Look at all these flavors. Nothing more North Fork than North Fork sea salt chocolate bar.
That's good stuff.
Let's head to the South Fork now, where there is another sweet operation underway. An East End couple turned their honeybee hobby into a buzzing business. Sophia Witzenbacher always had a love for nature. She and her husband John lived in Queens when they started growing plants that got way too big for their city balcony.
John grew up on Long Island and his parents live out in Sag Harbor. So we went to them and we're like, could we, tear up your perfect lawn, rototill it and put up, a vegetable garden. And then we started with fruit trees. And then we were like, how do you get the most production from your fruits? And so somebody was like, you need bees. And we're like, oh my God, you can order bees online. And that's what we did.
Those bees soon started making honey. Lots of it.
As good millennials, we YouTubed and we Googled everything to know about bees. The more we learned, we were just mesmerized by how the hives work, the bees work.
One hive has now turned into 50 and a successful business on Long Island's East End, Sag Harbor Honey.
We have our honey that we harvest. It's pure, raw, and unfiltered. And then we make creamed products, creamed honeys. So cream is, despite its name, has no creamed, it's crystallized honey. We whip it in this machine for 4 days, and then it becomes this smooth, silky, spreadable honey. And then we also make the hot honey.
The hot honey recipe is the only one made by a chef at a shared kitchen in Southampton.
This needs to be brought up to at least 145 degrees for 3 minutes, and then we bring it back down a little bit for bottling.
It's like a big cauldron of goodness.
They're gonna strain out the habaneros from the vinegar, and then they're going to take them to the blender and mash them before we mix them with the actual honey.
These peppers, they're local.
They're local, yeah. So we get them they're organic, and they're from Blossom Farms.
Right here in the East End?
Yep.
Ooh, I smell it now, wow! That is hot. But no matter how sweet or hot the honey is, the Witzenbachers say the bees are the stars of the show.
1 out of 3 foods that we consume would not be here without pollinators. Honeybees are a big producer, but all types of bees are necessary for our environment for us to have food production.
Sophia took me to see some of their 50 bee colonies in action at a farm in Eastport. Sophia says honeybees are gentle in nature, but I wasn't taking any chances.
So you're gonna put your feet through.
Okay. Has any bees made their way into the suit? No?
You want the truth?
Yes.
It can happen, of course.
Wow. Okay. Wow. And after 1, 2,
Oh my God. Oh.
3 attempts,
The noise. Okay.
The noise.
Walk that way.
I was finally able to feed the bees some sugary fondant so they could start getting to work. Major fear conquering right now.
Okay, there you go, buds. All right.
Sophia tells me the bees eat this sugar through the winter, and come spring,
What they do is when they come back to the hive, they actually regurgitate it. They will put it into the cell, and then another bee will come and flap their wings, dehydrates that nectar until it becomes honey.
what was in you and John that you just needed to follow your passion?
Luckily, it was something that we enjoyed doing together. People go on dates and they go to dinner. Well, me and my husband, we beekeep together, and we were just so enchanted by the bees, and we just fell in love with honey. It's been an adventure. We love being able to produce that and have it in people's homes.
What did you think of the getup?
I'm impressed. You put all that on, and then you were surrounded by bees. Wow. I don't know if I could do that.
It was an experience and a great one.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, now we head to a Hamptons hotspot with a cool Mediterranean vibe.
That's right. We teamed up with Discover Long Island for an inside look at Kalissa.
No need to book a Europe trip this summer. Kalissa will have you surrounded by the beauty, ambiance, and flavors of Mykonos right here in the Hamptons. Kalissa is the place to be for a night out on the East End. This coastal chic restaurant offers chef-driven Mediterranean cuisine, fine wine from an award-winning wine list, and craft cocktails.
Kalissa is really all about sharing. We get a lot of big groups in, so a lot of our dishes are large format.
The restaurant features a large main dining room, a bar, a lounge, and a private dining room for smaller intimate parties.
We host all types of private events from galas to weddings. We can do over 300 people. We have a huge property here. I love rehearsal dinners on our terrace. We do a whole suckling pig roast, and it's just really rustic and fun and summery and just super celebratory.
They also host DJ parties in the lounge and on the outdoor patio, and have hosted celebrity performances by Ashanti, Fat Joe, and Wyclef Jean.
We are open year-round, so in the winter we do have a little more of a cozy vibe. Our menu changes into more taverna style, and then in the summer it's all about fresh seafood, bright colors, everything that has to do with summer.
Kalissa has such a fun atmosphere. Whether it's dining, drinks, or dancing, Kalissa is the place to be in the Hamptons. For Discover Long Island, I'm Brianna McEnroe.
Gotta check that place out.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thanks, Brianna. Still ahead.
We've tried all of the kites, so we know what's good.
The shop that'll take your East End adventure to new heights. Welcome back to the East End. We're in Sag Harbor right now, and a trip to this town is a real cool one because this town is just full of so much charm and character. And if you're in Sag Harbor with the whole family, it's a great place to fly a kite. There's a lot of cool areas just off of town here. And if you're looking for that kite, why not try Kites of the Harbor?
Welcome to the kite store.
And so much more. This quaint shop on Main Street may be called Kites of the Harbor, but they're also known for their miscellaneous and sometimes wacky inventory.
Sag Harbor just seemed like the perfect place.
And since Memorial Day 1980, it's been just the right spot for Mimi Gallagher and her business partner, Charlene Katz, who's always present at the store in some form, today in cardboard.
She's the one that buys everything that comes into the store, and she researches it. She looks for the hottest trend. She listens to the customers, and she is the kite store.
And kites, Mimi says, was their main business focus when they first started out. But the former 30-year teacher from New York City tells us their merchandise list expanded just by listening to their customers.
Things that they tell us to look out for, or did you hear of this? And we look it up, we get it, and it's a success.
And they've stayed one step ahead for almost 5 decades because, as Mimi says, Charlene is their secret weapon.
Her heart is so into this.
There's a toy, game, and who knows what for everyone in this store. But it's the space above this madcap collection that Mimi says is their real passion.
We have tried all of the kites. So over the 44 years, we know what's good. And when it will fly, and you want to be successful when you fly a kite.
And there's just about any kite you can imagine. Diamond kites, box kites, dragon kites, delta kites, and stunt kites.
Which fly with 2 handles, so that way you can control the direction they go, do tricks.
And they've got pretty much any kind of animal you're looking for as well. And Mimi says they last.
You can use these kites year after year. Yeah, most are made of ripstop nylon, fiberglass sticks.
And once you pick the perfect kite, of course, you've got to test it out. And on a mildly windy day, like today, a trip to Long Beach just down the road from the store was pretty successful. And also educational for me, who for some reason thought in order to get that kite up, I needed to run.
When can I start running like a child?
If you like running, you can do it anytime.
I'm running! Never run with the kite? Oh, okay. Okay. Mimi's telling me not to run with the kite because the wind will do the job, right?
And in just a matter of seconds, Morgan, who also works at the shop, helped me get this 21-foot neon skeleton kite more than 200 feet into the air. And with a little tugging on the line, we were dancing. And no matter where you're visiting from, you can always take your kite home with you and continue the adventure for years to come.
You can get wind anywhere.
So if you've got a family of 4 coming into the store, never done this before, they want to fly, what do you suggest?
So we always point them to something that will be easy to assemble and easy to fly in a wide range of wind. This way, if you don't have exactly the right wind for a certain kite, it'll still fly. We want everybody to have a good experience.
Some of the most most amazing homes in the entire world are on Long Island's East End, including here in Sag Harbor Honey. And giving us a tour of this awesome home is Adam Hoffer from Douglas Elliman Real
Hey,
Estate.
Erin. Thank
so
you
much
for coming. We have a beautiful, brand new 7,000 square foot home with 7 bedrooms on 2 acres with a pool and tennis, and the ocean is right behind us. We're gonna start here on the first floor. It's a lot of attention to detail in this house and a lot of nice entertaining spaces as well. So no matter where we go in this home, we're gonna have fun.
Summer days are spent at the beach and at the pool, and this helps when there's this nice big laundry room. All the towels will be in here.
Absolutely, we accumulate a lot of laundry hanging out by the pool, so the owner was very thoughtful in doubling up on the washer and dryer in the house.
And also just a great way for kids, adults to kind of come in from the pool through this area.
The mess stops here. For July through Labor Day, it's $1 million to rent this house.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show you why right now. Panoramic ocean views, the beach is right there.
The fact that you can sit here, eat lunch or dinner, and look straight out and see not only the ocean, but the gorgeous pool, a gunite pool, you said?
Yep, heated gunite pool with a built-in spa. We have a tennis court out front, plenty of privacy. The primary bedroom is going to have it all. We have a double height ceiling, Venetian plaster on the walls, panoramic ocean views, of course, a beautiful primary bathroom, and then check this out.
There's more?
Grab the handle for me.
Oh, what a gorgeous
How's that for a
walk-in
primary
closet. Summer days sitting out on this balcony.
It's all about indoor-outdoor living in the summer, right? And so they really capitalize that on that as well, with this huge outdoor deck, plenty of outdoor seating, and again, endless views of the Atlantic Ocean from the back deck. Here we are on the lower level. We have 2 more bedrooms, a nice living area, and our fitness room.
I mean, this could be anything. If you do ballet, if you like Pilates, bar.
Well, that's just it. It could be anything, and we'll make it anything.
Are we in a spa or a home?
Isn't it awesome?
This is incredible.
I mean, obviously, if you're gonna spend $1 million to rent a house in the Hamptons for the summer, it has to feel like the best vacation of your life, and I think this is a good start.
To see more from this home and explore other East End gems, just scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen. Still ahead.
You step back a little bit into history here, and you can live it and enjoy it.
It's all aboard at an East End museum train lovers won't want to miss. Welcome back. We started the show touring the East End by bike. Now we're exploring trains.
It's full steam ahead to Riverhead and the Railroad Museum of Long Island. If you've ever ridden the rails or had toys like these as a kid, it's fair to say most of us have some ties to trains.
You step back a little bit into history here, and you can live it and enjoy it. The Railroad Museum of Long Island was formed in 1990 in Greenport, and Long Island Railroad freight house that was built in 1892. And our mission from the very beginning was to represent all the railroads and all railroading on Long Island. Everyone here at the museum is a volunteer. The folks that operate the museum and maintain it, all here because we love trains. We love Long Island history.
With exhibits in Greenport and here in Riverhead, you can get up close with the machines that have moved us for centuries.
You can also see the Long Island Railroad C-68 steel caboose from 1960. We have a locomotive cab with a simulator inside that you can operate. Several exhibits that highlight Long Island railroading maintenance workers and their tools, and an old hand-drawn fire hose wagon.
Take a stroll through the collection of railroad cars. Check out some of the trains being restored. And even take a ride on a miniature train that thrilled guests at the 1964 World's Fair.
You have an opportunity to ride on the Long Island Railroad Allen Herschel Park Train. We've been running it now for 21 years, and you get to ride on it again.
And if that's not your speed, maybe these are more your size. This model railroad, straight from the visitor center of the Lionel Toy Train Company.
In 2008, this layout was going to be torn down as Lionel was leaving its facilities in Chesterfield, Michigan, and they were happy to donate it to us. We sent volunteers to Chesterfield, cut this up into 15 sections, trucked it back, and reassembled it. Our volunteers will change things up so that when people come back, there's something new for them to find. It all comes together so that it's a great deal of enjoyment and knowledge that's gained.
What a cool place that is.
Awesome. All right, time now to check your answers in our East End trivia game. If you've been playing along, scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. It'll take you to our website where you can submit your answers for a chance to win some East End swag.
You'll also find more information on our website about all the places that we've explored this episode.
And while you're there, let us know about your favorite places to visit on the East End, from the lavish to the local.
Because it just may be our next adventure. See you next time.